Today I'm going to show you how you can use free online tools to estimate how much money your biggest competitors are making online. Let's jump in. There's only two ways to know how much money someone's making online. Now, way number one is to be an extreme hacker and see what's happening on the back end and just look at the revenue report. And obviously, we're not there. We're going to use the marketing way. And the marketing way uses a bunch of assumptions. But I think you'll be surprised how accurate this assumption methodology is. And I would suggest you even try it on your own website and see how accurate it is to your numbers. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with traffic numbers. And these numbers are gained or garnered using SimilarWeb, which is probably the most accurate tool at the moment. And I'm going to start by using our website here to give a bit of a demo how it's going to work. And SimilarWeb allows you to put any website's URL in, and it's going to spit out traffic numbers. But why it's important to use a tool that gives you detailed traffic numbers is it breaks down those traffic numbers into different sources. And I'm going to show you why that's important shortly. So you're going to put any URL that you want to analyze here. Okay, ours is in an e-commerce site, but assuming it was an e-commerce site, it's going to give us the last 3 months approximation in terms of numbers. So let's just divide that by 3, and let's say so it's more or less 11,000 users a month. And what we're going to do, we're going to go a bit further down, and we're going to look at the source of that traffic. And this is really important because all traffic converts very differently. Now, we're going to start with a blanket rule of thumb approach and saying that on average, most websites convert at between 1% and 2%. So let's assume it's a 1.5%. If you want to get a bit more detailed and a bit more accurate, you'll take what your industry average is. But let's just assume across the board, 1.5% is fairly accurate. Now, it's important to now separate that into different traffic sources and say that direct traffic is typically strong traffic. And if anything, it usually converts the best out of a lot. So we're going to keep that direct traffic at 1.5%. Organic traffic, particularly if you have a blog, is typically not great converting traffic. And I would actually halve that percentage. So instead of saying 1.5%, we'll say that traffic converts at 0.75%. Paid search we'd categorize typically as, again, good quality traffic. So let's keep it at the max rate of 1.5%. Display ads, again, I'd kind of keep in the paid search realm. And although paid display ads are not always the best traffic, let's keep it as 1. And if you happen to be running social, if the site you're analyzing happens to be running social, again, I would categorize that as second tier traffic and use that as a 0.75%. So in summary, we're going to take our best traffic sources, direct and paid search, and apply the industry average or the global average of 1.5% to that traffic. And then I'm going to take our secondary traffic or secondary tier quality traffic, so that's social and organic, and apply 0.75%, so half of that. I'm then going to times that, I'm going to get the number of transactions that a store is likely to make. And again, I recommend you try this on your own store and you'll see how accurate this approximation is to get the number of transactions. But that's half the job. Now that gives us the number of transactions that a store is likely to be making, but that doesn't give us the revenue. Now, how are we going to get the revenue? Now, this is, again, obviously totally different across different stores. Each store's average order value can be wildly different. An incredibly accurate way and an incredibly simple way to do it is to jump to any store and see what the threshold free delivery amount is. So I'm taking a random store here. I can see that they need to the user needs to order over 850 Rand to get free delivery. And this number is not usually random. Sometimes it is random, but most of the time it's not. It's usually what is required by the company to be able to afford free delivery. And secondly, what it does, it makes the user almost push up their order value to get to there and thereabout. And again, you'll be surprised how accurate this number is to use as an average order value. So going back to our traffic numbers, what we're going to do, we're going to start with our traffic. We're going to then use a ratioed conversion rate to get to our actual number of transactions. We're then going to take the threshold rate on the site, again, whichever site we're trying to analyze. We're going to times that by the assumed or average number of transactions we assume it's making based on the traffic. And that's going to give us our final revenue number. Now, it seems crazily basic and seems crazily thwarted or inherently full of assumptions. But again, I say I challenge you to try it on your own site and to see how accurate it is, and then give you that confidence when trying to apply it to a whole bunch of other sites. Hope it helps. Let us know how accurate it is for you.